Hello everyone and welcome to the Albert and Billy Show. I am not Billy, but
This is Albert.
we do have Albert. Alright. I'm Ethan Loyd here for BTC Fiber. So I'm going to sit in for Billy. He's feeling a little under the weather. And we're going to kick off the Albert and Billy Show for July the 11th. Is that what we decided? July the 11th, 2025. Hot.
Hot. It's not as hot as it could be.
Well, I'll agree with that, but it's humid. It's the hot sky sweating. It sweats every day.
It sweated pretty good out in front of my house.
Just a few minutes ago, yes sir, came one.
The water is standing in the road in front of my house.
Makes it humid. Kids wanting to go ice cream and pool. That's what all kids want to do. Or slushies. My kids actually want to get slushies and go to the pool. I like ice cream.
I like ice cream.
All right. Well, we don't have a Bledsohnian. We don't have too many announcements, I don't guess. I seen this for the blood drive.
That's in next month.
Yeah. So, Red Cross blood drive, August the 27th from 2 to 6 p.m. at the Bledsoe County Rescue Squad. Thanks, Scott Rowe. Something else that's going on is that no-cost medical clinic's going on right now as we speak, I believe.
The men from the jail told me to go.
Yeah, it's free. Or, no, they told me when we was building everything not to use the word free. I forgot to ask them why. But either way, it's no cost. It costs you zero, but they told me not to use the word free.
Really?
Something to do with the government, I guess. It's military run.
These shoes I've got on were given to me by the governor's wife.
When they came to the school?
No, they sent them to me at home.
Ah!
They told me one day they would bring them the next day. The next day they came.
They feel good?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Good deal. Good deal. Well, all right. What do we normally do? I made one announcement.
Well, we got the sponsors. At some point, you need to give them.
You want me to read them?
Yeah.
All right. I want to thank the sponsors of the Albert and Billy Show. Send them your support. Tell them you heard about them on the Albert and Billy Show on WAT or on BTC Fiber's YouTube channel, or maybe just plain old Channel 18. That's where you watch it.
Yes. I watch the other programs too.
Citizens Tri-County Bank, right here in Pikeville. Bilberry Insurance, just up the road. Scotty's of Pikeville. I always like a hamburger steak and skinny fries. That's my go-to.
Really?
Yeah.
Vicky has Marvin's son, Ethan, that comes and orders 10. That's 2 bites per. 2 bites, 1 burger gone. 2 bites. So he eats 10 hamburgers.
Them little ones.
Little ones.
I like the little ones. Chicken strips is what some of my bunch gets. And a grilled chicken salad. If I don't feel like I need a lot, I'll get a grilled chicken salad. That's all good. I'm sure they got a lot of other stuff. Used to go up there and eat breakfast every morning, but
really?
Before I got married. The office of Janine Morton, Lisa Wheeler, Michael Walker, that's all our elected officials here in the courthouse. Century 21, which is Pam Brown and Dunlap. Farm Bureau Insurance, that's Matt Massengill and his staff. Morgan Brothers Barbecue. State Farm Insurance, that's Nick Smith over there on the bypass. Nickel Row Antiques, where we're sitting as we speak. And of course, they got then Spring Street Antiques and Ember's Ice Cream Shop with antiques behind that. Mill Dam Outdoor Adventures. You can go canoe the Sequatchie or kayak the Sequatchie or whatever. I think they might even have a horse riding. I don't know what all they'd let you do. It's Lola's. That runs right along with the antique shops. Lola's got all kinds of goodies.
I bet she doesn't know what all she got.
Oh, I'd say not. I'd say not. They got more than what you can find there. They got everything. They got shelf space for, and then got other places they got stuff already. Bill Wolf and the Lee Station Baptist Church. The Daily Stop, that's the one out there on the bypass, the gas station. It's quilting time. Hours Monday, Thursday, and Friday from 11 to 4. The Lucky Star event venue, old Kennedy and Mikey.
They have their own television
They've
show.
got their own television show, Cooking and Picking. Play a little music and show you how to cook something. Soul food, I'd say.
They're good. They're good.
Politicians, Zach. All right. Dexter's Barber Shop. The Vape and Tobacco Store. That's across from the post office. I think everybody knows where Dexter's Barber Shop is if they've ever been around Pikeville at all. And, well, that's all to do with the vape. Says it's the best prices in town.
There you
On the vapes. Go tell I probably ain't been to see Dexter in a while.
go. Well, I don't know. Dexter just works one day a week.
Is that right?
Those women run it.
Well, I hadn't been to see any of them in a while. I'm
I saw a
overdue.
man get his hair cut. He hadn't been there in 5 years. He had a ponytail halfway down his back. She cut that ponytail off and gave it to him. I don't know what he did with it, but can you imagine waiting 5 years to have their hair cut?
My girl, it don't take her 5 years, but she'll have hers cut off and then send it off before they make wigs.
Yeah.
She does that. She's done it at least twice. Boy, she's got the hair.
That's something.
What else do we do before the first commercial break?
Well, we have trivia, don't we?
I don't know.
I think
We
ought to have.
usually do events, but like I say, the only events that I know of is the no cost medical clinic, and then this blood drive in August that we talked
Is that
about
down to school now?
at the high school, and then they've got one going on at Ray County's middle school. You don't have to be a resident of those places to utilize the services. Got some veterinarian services going on in Ray County, but if you contact them here, they'll instruct you on how to get your animals, or maybe even help you. I don't know.
But to get back to what you might want to go down there, if you have a problem with your eyes,
They're making glasses.
and when you want to have your teeth checked, they'll do two or three things. They
Yeah.
won't do everything.
Well, I don't know.
They do extractions. They do a minor filling, but I don't think they do anything that would necessitate you coming back. They want to be able to do it right there. So it's good that they're doing this with no cost.
No, yeah.
I learned that from you.
No cost to me and you.
I think it's a good thing. It's done usually in counties where the people necessitate them being here. People that work here work for less.
They got this 2 years ago, and I think the military, the ones that were involved with it 2 years ago, was really appreciative of the response, the community people that helped organize it. And I've been around it, so I know some, but I don't want to go trying to mention names, and because I may fail to mention some of the other ones that have been very instrumental, but not in what I've been helping a little bit with. But the people that are behind this have really worked hard, the locals, to get everything organized for the military when they get here. And I think the military people, what I've heard from them is that meant a lot to them the last time they did it here. So that made it score high when they were looking to do it again, to come back here, because of how great the community received them, took care of them, accommodated to them. And they want to work. This is part of their training, so they want people to come down there. So even if you've got insurance and everything else, if you think you need something, go down there. This is their training.
Let me tell you something. I've noted, and you have noted too, this state is called the volunteer state. It's not just talking off the top of your head, this is a place where volunteers work. They volunteer. A lot of the work that goes on behind the scenes is done by volunteer work, by volunteers, and that is something that if it's in you, it comes out. And I'm so glad I'm a Tennessean.
No, I like it right here. Don't plan to go anywhere else. So you're going to quiz me now?
I'm ready for the trivia section of our program. Okay. In what kind of pie did Little Jack Horner stick his thumb?
Little Jack Horner sat in the corner eating his... I'm not sure, but it's put in his thumb and pulled out a plum, so I'm guessing a plum pie.
There you go. But
What does it say? How does it say? How's it go?
Christmas pie.
Christmas pie, okay.
But it was a plum pie.
Okay. So,
Okay. The phrase, "I was dancing with my darling," comes to us by way of which famous song?
the Tennessee Waltz.
Tennessee Waltz. You're 2 for 2. I remember part of the catchy tune that someone did in getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. Name that tune, and name the person that sung it.
All right. I'm terrible with names. He also sung Wichita lineman Glenn Campbll. So finally the name come to me. And getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. Like a rhinestone cowboy.
There you go.
I have to sing it through. I couldn't just draw either one out. But
So
like a
you
rhinestone cowboy, Glenn Campbell.
There you go.
You're
Name the fella who popularized I just can't wait to get on the road again.
Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. You've not missed a one. If you are listening to There's Something About a Sunday that makes a body feel all alone, who are you tuning in to hear that?
Well, it's Sunday morning coming down, but most of my youth, I remember listening to Chris Christopherson sing it, but there's multiple have sung that, right? Well, did Waylon maybe not do it before Chris Christopherson?
I do not know. I don't have either one of those down. But the man I've got
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
It's Johnny then I'm thinking of. Waylon may not have, but Chris Christopherson released that, and it was still even before my time, but I remember listening to that growing up, and it was most of, I don't know if somebody had it on tape or something, but
Some I've noticed on channel 75 on my TV
Grit.
that sometimes these singers will portray a western. They'll be in a western. Dean Martin gets into a cowboy situation once in a while, and I've watched Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson. There's several of Chris Christopherson. So they're cashing in on their popularity as a singer. I remember Johnny Weissmuller was the first Tarzan I remember. He cashed in on his ability to swim from the Olympics. He became Tarzan.
I didn't know that.
Johnny Weissmuller. Okay. Who sang Superfragilisticexpialidocious?
Mary Poppins?
But what was Mary Poppins' name? Who portrayed Mary Poppins? Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews. Which great statesman gets the credit for early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise?
I'm going to go with Benjamin Franklin.
That's it.
All right.
That's who it is. One of the great statesmen once uttered the words, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." That back in the 30s or 40s.
In the 30s or 40s, so then I was going to go with George Washington, but that's not. So 30s or 40s, Roosevelt.
It sounds like Roosevelt, but Benjamin Franklin did that.
Well, that wouldn't have been in the 30s or 40s, would it? Not in the 1930s or 40s.
In the 1930s and 40s. I didn't. I heard it, and I was born in 35. I heard it, so that's the reason I said 30s or 40s. But he might have said that much earlier.
Well, yeah, I don't think Ben Franklin would have been around in the 1930s.
I guess I heard it, but anyway.
He's credited with the quote either way. Ben Franklin, don't matter when it was originated.
Benjamin Franklin was a man of means, and he said a lot of things that people remember. One of our great statesmen uttered the words, "Oh, I got that wrong. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." Was FDR. That's what you said.
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
In 35, the year I was born, FDR was president, and he started TVA. He started Social Security in that same year I was born. You notice all the things that he started was abbreviated. FDR himself became FDR instead of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. TVA, what does that stand for?
Tennessee Valley Authority.
Social Security.
SSI.
SSI.
But most people still say Social Security on that a lot of times. Yeah, I'm weak.
Okay, a well-known character in literature is best remembered for the line, "He puzzled and he puzzled till his puzzler was sore." Who was that said that?
I don't know, but that almost sounded like Edgar Allan Poe, but I don't know.
The Grinch said that.
The Grinch.
The Grinch.
So the Grinch has a real author.
Yes.
Which is?
We'll save that for another day.
Oh, okay.
Whatever happened to the three blind mice in their nursery rhyme?
They got their tails cut off by the farmer's wife and her butcher knife, right?
That's what happened to them. This cat died and went to heaven. And God checked in on that cat once or twice and said, "How are you doing?" The cat said, "Well, I'm doing just fine." The three blind mice also died and went to heaven. They were on roller skates because God saw that they had ran from a farmer's wife with a broom after them several times, so he put them on skates. So he put the mice alongside the cat, and everybody that came to heaven that was new, so they were getting orientated, and God thought he would check in on the cat again. So he checked on the cat and he said, "How are you doing?" He said, "I'm doing just fine, and I want to thank you for those Meals on Wheels." That's all I have in trivia.
And one joke, huh?
Well, that was just thrown in.
A freebie.
A freebie. Now we have a break.
Take a break.
Take a break.
All right. Well, we'll go to a commercial break and thank some other sponsors for Channel 18 and BTC Fiber's YouTube. And then we'll come back and see after the break. Then we have sports.
Yes.
Good old Albertology.
Yes.
And jokes.
There you go.
That's it.
I did this on my second trip up here. My first trip, I was just listening. So I thought, we need to order here.
I like structure. Well, all right, folks, stay tuned. Thank our sponsors, and we'll see you back here just after the break.
You need a bank that you can depend on. Here at Citizens Tri-County Bank, we have the most dependable staff that you will ever meet. Call in, you will not get an automated attendant, you'll get a person. But on the other side, we have all the technology that anyone would need, from apps to online banking to bill pay. So please come and grow with us as we're about to celebrate our 50th year. We are the only community bank you will ever need.
Support small business and shop DunlapMercantile.com.
Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, connecting the Sequatchie Valley to the world.
At Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter, we're committed to be better. Better prices, better vehicles, a better experience. Your Jason Lewis Dunlap Supercenter understands that you rely on us to provide you with the highest quality of used vehicles. With over 350 pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. So what are you waiting for? Let us show you a better experience with the Jason Lewis Automotive family. Come visit us at Rankin Avenue here in Dunlap or on the web at dunlapsupercenter.com.
Welcome back to the Albert and Billy Show, everyone. Glad you stuck with us. I want to say thank you to all those sponsors that you just saw their commercials. And now we're back. Had a nice little discussion about different things while we were on the break. But now it's time for Albertology. Good old Albert. No, sports. It's too hot to play anything outside. They still having sports?
Yes. Right now, Wimbledon is going on.
Wimbledon.
You know what
They play with the rackets there, right?
They play with the rackets.
They play with the rackets.
They make a racket.
Make a racket.
This week's sports. What did I do with that?
I don't know. Catch you off guard. That's jokes.
Vicky stuck it in here somewhere. Well, I don't find the sports.
Don't find sports.
One thing about it, we want to say is, there it is.
That's sports.
This this tennis that's going on right now, Wimbledon, is played on grass. I have watched some superstars slide up on the grass. So I don't know why Wimbledon is played on grass every year, but Wimbledon is the #1 sports event in the world of tennis. It takes 2 weeks. Yesterday, the #1 seeded player in the world is a man by the name of Sinner, Sinner. He played yesterday in the semifinals against Novak Djokovic. He was seeded #6. Djokovic was my favorite to win it all, but Sinner is younger, and he was the winner yesterday, and so the #1 seed will be in the finals this weekend. We're almost on this weekend. Tomorrow will be this weekend, but Wimbledon is big in the tennis world. It is played in England, and it's one of the, I guess you'd say, gentlemen play tennis more than, no, I guess golf gets more people than tennis. Golf is the gentleman's game. But anyway, 1 week ago today, we did not have the Aberrant Billy show. That was because of the birthday of USA.
The Independence Day.
250 years.
Is that right?
250 years. I would say this country has more of a problem in keeping people out that wants to be here. This idea of so many people wanting to be in the United States is, how would the tomatoes get picked out of here on the mountain if you didn't have Mexican labor? Mexicans alleviate a lot of problems because they're willing to work and they want to work. And I'd say some of the people that want in this country, I'd say they want here because of the government and all that the government does for people. It's not that way in every country.
No.
My wife went on a trip one time to New England. They went through New York. She got to see the Statue of Liberty. She got to go to Ellis Island. She said that she didn't want to go back to New York, but it was something to see Canada, something to see Niagara Falls, and she said that Vermont was the prettiest state she went in. She went in 38 states before she died.
I did not realize until recently, it was pointed out, with the way that the United States is shaped up there around New York and Michigan and Maine and all that, and the population of Canada is mostly in that little southern point of Canada.
I did not know that.
So there's a great deal of the population of Canada is in hemisphere, is that longitude, latitude? Latitude is in a lower latitude than a good deal of the poor population of the United States, because they live, the big cities of Canada are down there in that point. I did not realize that.
Have you read where there's a possibility of annexing Canada as part of the United States?
Why, Trump was saying, yeah, he'd make them the 51st state if they wanted to be.
I don't think they want to be.
They said they didn't.
They said they didn't. But anyway, my wife enjoyed that trip. Okay. LeBron James, do you know what sport he's in?
Basketball. I'm not a big sports buff, but that's
He's his average, and bear in mind, he's in his 23rd season this year, 23 years of serving the United States as a basketball pro player. He is got to be over 40 years old. He's making $52.6 per year. $52.6 million. I do not know if he's got any image to make one more run, but if they were willing to pay that much money, I would keep on playing.
Well, if I enjoyed it, I'd play as long as I could play either way. But yeah, the money, that'd be a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. He's a quite amazing man. If he's that old and been playing, this will be 23 years in the pro ranks, and you're making that much money and somebody's willing to pay you that much money, I'd go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why would you do that much money?
I don't know. Buy farmland, what I'd do with it. Give. I mean, I would hope I'd be generous with the majority of it, but.
Are you a tither? My first check that I sat down and wrote at the at the insistence of my pastor was $2.70 in 1955. I was making $27 a week, so I wrote my check for $2.70. He said, try this for 3 months, and if it doesn't work, I'll release you from the trial. But give God a chance. So I did it for 3 months, and I was making $27 a week, but I was spending more than that on paper. So I lived to see my check be over $100 a week. But that's my wife and my salary both. Can you imagine the difference in $2.70 and $100? That's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
But LeBron James is able to give a big check to his church. The WNBA is fledging of the NBA. The men run up and down the court and score at least 30 points a game, sometimes 40. But the WNBA is a fledging of what the NBA is. But because of Caitlin
Clark
being what she is, coming to the WNBA, she has, in my opinion, I'm not going to say it's her, but the WNBA is going to expand. In the next 5 years, there'll be 3 more cities added to the slate of facilities in different states that has a WNBA franchise. This will be Philadelphia, Detroit, and Cleveland. This will be the 3 states that will have a WNBA franchise.
They get the name on themselves and all that, or they done picked that out?
I've not read about that. I've not heard about that. But the WNBA is going to be something else. I like to watch it, particularly Caitlin.
My wife watches the Lady Vols and then other college basketball, so I'd say if it gets more popular, she'd want to watch that. She likes basketball.
I like basketball. On July the 3rd, Clayton Kershaw recorded his 3,000th strikeout. Since 1929, he has the lowest ERA of any pitcher that ever pitched.
Wow.
That's how you measure the worth of a pitcher in the major leagues, is the ERA. And he's going to be, I'd say he has the makings of a pitcher. If he's got the lowest ERA since 1929, we're in the year 25. So that's almost 100 years. And then while we're on the subject of baseball, Kershaw's counterpart, not a counterpart, he's on the same team. Ohtani is from Japan. He's a home run hitter. He's got 30 plus home runs so far this year.
Now who they play for?
Plays for the Dodgers.
Dodgers, your team, huh?
Kershaw does, and Otani does too.
Being the All-Star break right now, I saw a little something this morning on the
Yes.
news.
They are on a break for that's when the home run derby will be played. But Otani is a home run hitter, and Kershaw is a pitcher. I got to see twice last week on television Otani pitching the ball against a team that they didn't pull any punches. They tried to get a hit off of him the same as they would anybody else. He was fair game, but he held his own.
Why was he pitching?
But because he could. They wanted to give him a try. And he pitched 2 or 3 innings. Not just one. Not just a fluke.
Does he normally just like a designated batter? Or what's his normal position if he's considered a hitter?
Well, would be just a hitter.
Just a designated batter usually?
Yeah. But he's normally a hitter, but during those games he was a pitcher. And when it came his time to bat, he had to bat. So he was feared at the plate, but when he was pitching, he's fair game for anybody. But anyway, it's interesting to keep up with sports. I don't keep up with all of them. Mainly I keep up with baseball and tennis and basketball.
I don't keep up with any of it. I enjoy watching football, but I can't say that I keep up with it. I lose track of who's ahead and who's winning and all that. But I like to come in Sunday night after church and turn on that football game. Sometimes during the day, Monday night. I watched a lot of Monday night football. We got to watching it on Thursday night. But
I used to like football. But I'd rather get involved in a good Western.
I do enjoy my Westerns.
Do you?
Yeah.
I guess Westerns on Channel 75 is probably the most favorite time of the evening for men. Watch a Western.
What's on the evenings and on 75? What's on?
That's
Rifleman or
the
what?
Rifleman comes on that channel too, but I like to watch the Westerns on what is that channel? 75.
114 plays a lot of Westerns.
114.
Yeah.
I like to watch Channel 104 whenever they interview someone that is asking for help with a project they want to get, and this group of men that are successful and rich.
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
I know what you're talking about. Shark
I
Tank.
like to watch that once in a while. It comes on Channel 104.
Which I know you don't pull stuff off the internet to watch, but we got to watching Have Gun Will Travel.
Have Gun Will Travel. I like that.
And then Wyatt Earp from way back when with Hugh something. They playing Wyatt Earp.
Hugh O'Brien.
Hugh O'Brien playing Wyatt Earp. We got to pulling them off the over the top TV back in the winter when the weather wasn't good. And like I say, when we got to watching Wyatt Earp, I said something in front of my dad, and he said, "Oh, I like to Have Gun Will Travel." So we pulled that up one evening, and we liked it too. So we had those two at least going. I don't know anybody's playing them on cable right now. So we were watching them on the over-the-top type TV service and really enjoyed them. Anyway.
I watched Have Gun Will Travel On channel 75.
Does it come on 75?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have to look that up. What's next? We're good with sports.
Ready for Albertology.
Albertology. I will say on the football, and I like to listen to the balls. It's usually work-wise. It's usually way on up in the winter when high school and college is about done before I get to feel like I got time to actually sit down and watch them. But I listen to the balls on the radio most weekends while I'm doing something else.
Like John Ward.
Yeah, boy. Yep.
John Ward.
Well, all right, I'll let us get off sports. I had that thought when we was talking about
Okay, we ready for Albertology?
Albertology.
These are at random thoughts. God gives the nuts, but He does not crack them. He does not crack them, but He gives the nuts. Listen to this one. When arguing with a stupid person, be sure he isn't doing the same thing. He who cheats his appetite avoids debt. Who cheats his appetite? A wise man will make more opportunities than he finds.
A wise man will make more opportunities than he finds.
That's Francis Bacon, Sir Francis Bacon.
Okay.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I did heard that all my life. T.H. Bailey said that.
T.H. Bailey. Yeah, I've heard that in my whole life too.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Success seems to be largely a matter of hanging on after others have let go. Never, 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 never give up. That's Winston Churchill. Jimmy V gave us never, never, never give up. Winston Churchill added 4. If at first you do not succeed, try again. When people don't want to come, nothing will stop them. When people are free to do as they please, they usually imitate each other. Some of these are worth remembering. A minor operation is one performed on someone else.
I've heard that one.
I called our church secretary a while ago. Her daddy is 91 years old. His name is Don Gray. He's in the hospital in Chattanooga. Been over there for 2 weeks now. Going on 2 weeks. I called her yesterday to find out about Donald, and she said he had 3 surgeries scheduled. Start tomorrow. That would be today. So I called her a while ago to find out about her daddy. She said, "It's not good. I can't talk right now," and she hung up. So I don't know what's happened to Donald Gray, but pray for Donald Gray. The sign on the door of opportunity reads, push. Push. Not wait for the door to open. A lock is made only for the honest man. The thief will find a way.
That's true.
Fall 7 times, stand up 8. We can do anything we want to do if we stick to it long enough. That's Helen Keller. Slow and steady wins the race. I thought of the tortoise and the hare when I read that.
Mm-hmm.
The pen is mightier than the sword. I like that. Don't be afraid of opposition. Remember, a kite rises against, not with, the wind. Men are not against you. They're merely for themselves. That's true. Most of us think we're right and everyone else is wrong.
I don't necessarily think everybody else is wrong, but if anything I feel I'm right, and if I if something compels me to think I'm wrong, then I change my train of thought. I would think that most people want to feel they're right in their beliefs and their thoughts, and because if something compelled you to feel like you're wrong, then change.
Would you change your politics?
I think my politics stay where they are. Yeah, I mean.
My daddy, I voted for a person that was running for president one time, and my daddy said, if Daddy, which is my papa, knew what you voted for, he would rise up out of his grave. An optimist is one who believes that the fly is looking for a way to get out. You would believe me. You've never caught me in a lie, have you?
I reckon.
I have let a wasp, caught a wasp in a jar and released it outside, but I've killed many a one. Life is a grindstone. Whether it grinds you down or polishes you up depends on what you're made of. The trouble with atheism is it has no future. I don't know how much time we've got.
Oh, I don't know. You want to jump into jokes? We'll sum it up or read more of these.
Let me say one more. Nothing is certain except the past. Nothing is certain except the past. I like that. Nothing is certain except the past. You can't do anything about the past. It's past.
No, it's written.
Okay. Let me say about some jokes. I had amnesia once, or maybe twice. A fine is a tax for doing wrong. A tax is a fine for doing well. Those who live by the sword get shot by those who don't. I blame my mother for my poor sex life. All she told me was, the man goes on top and the woman goes underneath. For years, my husband and I have been bunk beds. That's Joan Rivers. Health. What my friends are always drinking to just before they fall down. That's Phyllis Diller. Warning. The consumption of alcohol may cause you to act like a lunatic. Who laughs last, laughs, thinks slowest. A bus station is where a bus stops. A train station is where a train stops. I have a workstation. I wonder what you would do with a workstation. We all need to go somewhere. Why don't you go now? War doesn't determine who is right, only who is left. Do not argue with an idiot. He will drag you down to his level and beat you with experience. Someone told me that they make ice cubes out of leftover wine. This is confusing. Just what is leftover wine? The drunk was showing off his new place. In the bedroom was a huge gong, which he called his talking clock. His friends said they don't see how a gong could be a clock, not to mention a talking clock. It talks, he said. I'll prove it. He gave the gong a big whack which of course created a loud, reverberating sound. From the other side of the wall came this voice, "You idiot, don't you know it's 2 a.m.? So it is a talking clock. A man in Brooklyn, pretending to have a gun, kidnapped a motorist and forced him to drive to 2 different automated bank machines, whereupon the kidnapper proceeded to withdraw money from his own bank account. He couldn't afford a cab. Rise I must, but shine, that ain't happening. Where do forest rangers go to get away from it all? I do not know. If instead of talking to your plants, you yelled at them, would they grow only to be troubled and insecure?
Probably.
I do not know. I don't know of anyone that talks to the plants. If a turtle loses its shell, is it naked or homeless? I do not know. Cooking on the grill, you bought the groceries, trimmed the meat, washed and cut the salad, poked holes in the potatoes, and cleaned up, but he made dinner. That sounds like an irate wife. Thus, the metric system did not really catch on in the United States, unless you count the increase in popularity of the 9mm bullet. My cousin just died. He got stung by a bee, the natural enemy of a tightrope walker. Loyd's strategy? Loyd's. I never have watched that much in the Olympics. Lie flat and try not to die. He was a gold medal. She was a gold medal winner. Carmen Boyle. I took my biology exam last Friday. I was asked to name 2 things commonly found in cells. Apparently blacks and Romanian gypsies were not the correct answers. I'd say they were not correct. I tried to drown my thoughts, but they learned to swim. 98% of the adults in this country are hard-working, decent, honest Americans. 98%. It's the other lousy 2% that get all the attention. But then we elected them. If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. But if you can afford it, tell everyone what you paid. Before drawing boards were invented, what did they go back to? Spring forward, fall back. Winter in Miami. Why are lawyers buried 10 feet underground? Because deep down, they're really not that bad. Lawyers get a lot of bad flack.
A lot of jokes, yeah.
A lot of jokes.
What do you say, a couple more?
A couple was driving down a lovely country road, enjoying the scenery, when they drove into a deep, muddy hole and could not get out. The road was not a familiar one, and they didn't know what to do. As luck would have it, along came a farmer and his horse. The farmer offered to pull the car out of the hole for $50, and the relieved couple agreed to the $50. In 10 minutes they were free. You know, the farmer said, you're the 10th car I've pulled out of this mud today. The husband looked around and asked, "When do you have time to take care of your land?" "Not? No. That's when I put water in the hole." Holy smoke. Church on fire. This is the last one. "I'm blonde. What's your excuse?" They say blondes have more fun.
Yeah.
I do not know if that's true,
I don't know.
but they say they. I've never been a blonde. But I'll take that back. My mother had a picture of me made when I was about 4 years old. I was in her lap. I had curls down to my shoulders, and I was blonde.
Little blonde curls, huh?
My mother didn't even believe in boys having a haircut, evidently. My mother cut my hair when I started having haircuts. She not only cut my hair, but she cut the hair of all the boys in the neighborhood. She had her own clippers, and she cut people's hair.
My mom cut our hair. My dad's and us 3 boys, but that's
Really?
it. Yeah.
That saved a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
But I can remember haircuts costing 75 cents. Now it's about $12.
Probably.
I bet you don't have much trouble in having your haircut, do you?
I don't spend a lot of money on it, I'll say that. It don't cost a lot to look like me. Well, is there anything else we need to talk about this week?
Well, probably we've not touched the bare surface. The things that go on in this little town. They're supposedly done in secret, but I'm sure somebody saw them.
Yeah. Well, Albert, we'll wrap it up. Thank you for a good show. Thanks for letting me sit in with you. I've learned some things and enjoyed it. I always enjoy. So thank y'all, everyone home, for tuning in, and join us next time on the Albert and Billy Show, where maybe everybody will be back on track and it'll be back to normal old Albert and Billy. But until then, I hope everybody has a great week. Stay safe, stay cool. If you're watching the reruns, have a great future. See y'all.
See ya.
Hey folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18, BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks everybody for watching.